Welcome everyone. Today's video finds us over here in Lamphun, and we're going to check out what Yang Luang, I believe is how you say it. It's a temple that dates back originally to about 541 AD. It's supposedly the oldest temple in northern Thailand, and it was built before the city of Lamphun. Lamphun was founded around 680 or so it predates that city. And it's just north of the city moat, so you're off the main oval part, kind of off to the north. And the temple, after it was built, it was really popular for one of the Lanna queens to come down here and pray, and she was cremated upon her death here at this site. The temple buildings and everything were abandoned, they collapsed, and then what you see now has probably been restored in about the last 20 years. So all the old stuff is gone, but it is a famous historical site. So let's go in here and let's take a look and see what it looks like. The temple itself is surrounded by this huge wall with these little figures on top of the wall, and then it has this huge gate. That's quite cool looking. It has some like little miniature chedis, and then when we go in, there will be some pretty cool looking styling all around in here. So when you first come in, you got to take off your shoes, and then we'll go in and look. It's not going to be a big huge temple, but what you see is pretty decent. So we have a wall over here that has a little bit of the history. And then it has some of the figures underneath the trees. I can hear some of the chanting, but I think it's probably playing through some speakers. You can see the styling in that plaster work. It has all the angels around. We got some Buddha over there with the naga. We have some elephants with a humongous bell. Oh, that's pretty neat. And then a pretty big wihan. That sign had quite a bit of information on it. It was talking about the name of this temple before its current name. I'll have to put it on the screen because it's way too big to say. And it was renamed in, I think what it said was 689. And there was a bunch of Luang trees or whatever they are that were in this region. So check this out. This is pretty cool. They have the pink lotus flowers down here. And we have some murals up here with the red wood ceiling. This is a place that not too many tourists are going to come over and see. It's kind of out of the downtown area, but it's worth a look for sure. The styling of it is quite nice. And here it has the wooden floor, and then the place over here for the monks. It has more of the murals in here. And then you can see the styling on the door, which is pretty common for the Lanna temples. But I really like the way they do these ceilings in here with this red. And it looks like they're doing a little bit of renovation here on this Buddha. But check that out, it's quite cool. Oh, I see what they're doing. They're redoing the hair. You see those hair rolls up top? They're orange and they're making them gold, which will be very, very cool. And here it has the ivory tusks from the elephants, which you see at a lot of these shrines around the Buddhist. And then you have the angels, and then they have some of the other figures that are wrapped up over here. They're going to have some of the monks that are going to be praying. They're going to put them also around this shrine. And they have some others wrapped up in plastic. And it looks like they're also adding some, that little glass mosaic behind the Buddha. You can see how they have it halfway up the wall. Some more of the murals with the elephants and the shipwreck with the fish eating the people. These are pretty common scenes that you'll see. Every one of these temples will have kind of the similar scenes. It'll be kind of the artist's interpretation of them. So if you're a Buddhist, you'll instantly recognize what each of these are. These are the scenes of the Jataka, they call it. So they'll see it and they know exactly what the story is, even though the figures and stuff will be a little bit different in each one. And these doors, the big center doors, are quite cool. So they actually have, looks like the goddess of the earth right here. No, it's not. It's an angel. He's doing something. And then you have the elephants Yeah, that's quite cool. And it's behind plexiglass, but that's all carved in the wood, and then they painted it gold. Okay, let's look around some of the other buildings. You can see the styling here. So these are those big monsters that eat the moon. And then here's the angels. And it looks like the pigeons have been up there pretty thick. Over here is a place you can buy amulets, make donations to the temple. And that bell is just massive. It's not as big as that Mingun bell that we saw, if you guys remember that one from Myanmar. The largest cast bronze bell in the world that you can ring. But that one is pretty colossal itself. Then we have another place over here. This is where the Buddhas can come. There'll be a monk over here. There's one sitting there. But you can get your blessings over here from the monk. He's got, him and another monk are talking. And that little wihan over there is closed up. And you have there with the shrine with that kind of gray colored Buddha. And they're building some more halls over there. And then we have a modern bell tower with another big drum. This is quite cool here with the naga. And then we have some more, but check out the styling of this. You can see that's lots and lots of hours. Now I've been to several of these temples where you see the guy sitting here and he does this all by hand. He does this plaster work. So he sits there with the trowel and that plaster and he just does this all by hand. Wow, this is way cool. You can see the styling on the front of this hall, and there's that mythical bird up there. Yeah, this is nice. So it looks like this temple here is famous for these amulets. It talks here that there was 5 hermits that created a mold to make these amulets. It was in about 700 AD in the 12th century, the 1200s of the Buddha calendar. So they sell amulets here now. So the people, Thais really like that. They'll come over here to these temples that are famous for the amulets, and they'll have maybe like like the abbot or somebody that he'll have the reputation for being very lucky. So the Thais will come to these temples to get the amulets, and you'll see them wearing them around their necks. And that's to protect them. They got chickens here, and then they got more of the styling. Yeah, they really spent some effort. And this is a humongous tall entrance into this wihan. Lots and lots of effort doing all this work. So here we have the tiles, and then we have the wood floor. And just look around this hall. You can hear the workers over there that are building that new wihan. Yeah, this is fantastic in here. So this, just the amount of styling, like getting a little bit of glare coming in that window. So you can see all of this. So then we have a monk over here. So he's the one that does the water blessing. And then here's some of the old amulets. Yeah, the Thais will come and they'll buy these. They'll have like a little magnifying glass that they'll put up on their eye, like a little monocle thing. And they'll look at all the little detail work of those amulets, and they know which ones are the good ones. And there's books and all kinds of stuff about them. And it's quite a big business also online. People selling those amulets online. Yeah, this is a really nice hall. Really huge high ceiling. Oh, and I didn't notice there's like a little emerald Buddha up there. And then there's a couple in those little glass cases. And then here is the main Buddha in here. You can see those ivory tusks there. It has the little thing between his eyes, and his eyes are kind of downcast a little bit. And there's just a lot of things to see over here. Here's a little Ganesh. And there was something written about how the people from India also came here and did some things at this temple. Yeah, this is really a beautiful place. Have some of the monks over here. And it has quite a few of these small little like emerald Buddhas around. And then you can see how the building is constructed. Pretty neat looking. Yeah, just a lot of work in here. And then over here, this is something, I'm not sure what this is. It says something here in Thai. And then they have the stones over here, and then another one of these Buddhas. And then you can see here, so this is about, I'd say probably about 10, 12 feet tall. And it doesn't have a top knot, it just has the hair rolls up there. And this is the side entrance. You can see the little figures there, and then over here, these are the monk quarters. And then the town is just all around. And it has a couple other little buildings. There's something over there. We'll go down there and we'll take a look at it. You can see the styling around the stairwell. It has the Garuda over there with the Naga. Oh, and then check that out up on the top of that roof line over there. So I have the elephants here, and I stuck that mop on that one elephant's head. And the goddess of the earth, flooding the world. And then these are those kind of Burmese style lions. And then they have an amulet center. And then we'll see what's up in here. We have some more of the stuff. This is quite nice with the white tiles. So we have the figures right here. And he's putting some of the gold leaf on around the rail. And inside here. So this must be a moon drop here for kind of their relic. And she's over here painting. So this is all under construction. He's doing the gold over here also. And then they have little figures all around inside of this moon drop. Yeah, this will be quite nice when they're done. It's nice enough now. So she's putting gold paint. Oh, Sawasdee Krap. Sway Mark. So she's over here. All this is hand painted, you can see. So she's sitting right here and she's painted all around. A lot of work. And you can see in here, this is their little relic. Something's in there. It'll be a small little relic inside of all of this. Okay, so I was here talking to these ladies, and you can see they're putting the gold leaf all around in here. So they've been doing it for a year, and they're just volunteers. They come here just to help out at the temple. And what they're going to do in here, the relic isn't been put in here yet. They've been working on this building for 6 years. So all that you see here is 6 years worth of effort. And inside of here, they haven't put it yet, but they said in about a year, they're going to put the relic inside of this little glass case. And it's going to be one of the amulets, the famous amulet from this temple. So it's quite interesting. Yeah, the lady was quite nice. She used to live in Saudi Arabia, and she could speak some English, which was pretty cool. So I was going to look inside the little amulet center, but the lady says no photo and no video inside of there. So let's look over here. I think this hall's locked up though. Yeah, they have this one locked up. And then over here in this corner, they have a chedi. You can see the naga here. Yeah, there's just styling on everything here. You can see the styling on the outside of this hall. And then over here is the chedi. Quite nice. It's a smaller version, but it's definitely the Lanna styling with those 3 rings, and then it goes up into the bell. Yeah, you don't see this too often, this style down in the southern part of Thailand. There's one chedi in Ayutthaya that's the Lanna style that I've done a video of, one of the old ruins. Can't remember which one it was, Wat Sa Srabua or something like that. I flew the drone around it and stuff like that, which was pretty fun. Yeah, you can see it has all the shrines on the 4 cardinal directions. And then over here we have some more of the general purpose buildings and monk quarters and stuff like that. Yeah, one more look here at this chedi. And then they have these columns with the decorations and the umbrellas and everything. You can see over here the side of this gate. Yeah, it is really cool. You see the lions on the front, and all the just the little figures. You got birds in here. You got the monster that eats the moons. You got the angels. Yeah, you have a little bit of everything in this. This is a really nice look at that front gate when you first come in. This was brought in from Chiang Rai for this temple. Here's a picture of when it was brought in. So I was going to finish up a video over here at Wat San Pa Yang Luang here in Lamphun. This is a really great temple. It's kind of a hidden gem. I didn't expect it to be as nice as this. I read about it online that there was quite a bit of styling to it, but I didn't expect it to be this ornate. It's definitely really cool. And it's just kind of off the kind of what you'd say the island. It's north of the old moat. The old cities, they always built a city wall and then they had a moat surrounding it to protect it. So this is just north of where the main part of the city was. And it predates, like I said at the start of the video, it predates the city of Lamphun. It was what I say, 681 is when they first constructed this. And the temple fell apart over the years, and then all this stuff that you see now is pretty new. But it's definitely worth a look around here. I've enjoyed this a lot. If you've enjoyed it, smash like and subscribe if you're new to the channel. I show you things that I see and tell you a little bit about what I know. And so if you like that, then stick around and then you're notified when I post a new video. And leave me a comment. Tell me what you think. If you want to come here, or if you know anything more about it that I forgot to say, or if I didn't know anything, leave me a comment down below. Tell me some details. I always like to learn a little bit more. It's always hard to find things online because it's in Thai and the translation is always really confusing. So it's quite tough to find, and I have to show up at places like this and just kind of ask around and learn a little bit more. So if you know more than I do, I'm always open to learning something. And from over here in Lamphun, remember guys, life is a journey. Until next time, enjoy.